welcome back everyone to Actual English. I'm Jennifer Clyde. It's time for lesson 195 and today's topic is netizens. So what is the definition of a netizen or netizens? It's short for internet citizen, net citizen, thus netizen, also known as cyber citizen. So I would say the term netizen isn't as widely used in other countries. It's commonly used here in Korea, but not as commonly in other countries. People may be more familiar with internet citizens or cyber citizens, I would say. Okay, so netizens, I would say that things that netizens post up on the net or say when they express their opinions, their thoughts or feelings, they can be very, very powerful. In some cases, let's say for example, there is a celebrity or someone that's well known, and if he or she commits a crime or does something illegal, the rumor or the actual incident or the situation spreads on the net so quickly. It goes viral. Now, who starts it? Netizens. They start posting it up. So in some cases, if someone does a good deed, it spreads to the world and people are, saying such nice things about this person. But if it happens to be negative messages or negative article or negative feelings or negative thoughts about someone's acts, then that spreads very quickly as well. And everyone is targeting that celebrity, okay, pointing their fingers at them, which sometimes make these people take their own lives, which is pretty scary. Anyhow, netizens often, they express their feelings on the net. They exchange their thoughts with each other. And I think it's an important thing to do, but sometimes it shouldn't cross the line, I think. You should always keep it to a certain limit. Anyhow, let's talk about that today. Here we go with Actual Talk.
So one of the things I thought was really interesting coming to Korea is I kept on hearing the word netizen, and I had no idea what that meant at first because I've never heard of that word before, but I've come to realize that it means an internet citizen. And so I guess right, the people that live like in the online world, I guess. I'm not sure.
I was in the same position.
Right.
We don't really use that word, I don't think, back home. But in Korea, it seems to be really important.
Right.
And the views of the netizens, which are the people on their computers,
right,
writing or typing up things online on sort of online communities and social communities on their computer.
Right.
I've read newspapers and they've quoted statements from netizens.
Wow, that is really interesting. Because I know in the States, you definitely have people, who are online, who are commenting, voicing their opinions. Yet I don't think that the power that they hold as compared to the ones in Korea is as great. And even recently with the whole Kim Yeona thing and the Olympics and how she was like robbed of the gold,
right?
Whatever,
yeah,
they went crazy.
I believe there was even a netizen petition.
Right, and they got I think millions of signatures, millions.
Wow.
I'm not sure of the number, but I think it's a very interesting way to garner, I guess, support for a cause or certain issues. But then I really see like the negative side of it as well because they hold so much power, and if they like attack one person, it's like their life is over.
Absolutely.
Much.
I mean, I think there's a balance, and I don't think we've quite found that
right,
great sort of optimum balance yet.
Right.
But hopefully in the future we'll get somewhere near it.
Yeah, I think it'd definitely be good for raising support for certain causes in the future.
Sure.
I think Michelle has made a very good point in today's Actual Talk conversation. She said that netizens, they are very powerful. What they say is very powerful. Sometimes they do a wonderful job in, I guess, garnering support for a certain cause or certain issues. They attract people's attention and get people to help out. But also on the opposite, on the contrary, now, what they say or express on the internet can be so powerful that if they start to attack one person, yes, the person may even risk their own life. So it is a scary fact. Anyhow, let's take a listen to the conversation and let's find out what they have mentioned about netizens. Here we go. Michelle says, one of the things I thought was really interesting coming to Korea is what? I kept on hearing the word netizen. So she found it very interesting because I guess she heard it so many times. Maybe everywhere she went and everyone she met, they would almost always mention the term netizen when she first came to Korea. And she had no idea what that meant at first. In the beginning, at first, when she first heard netizen, she had no idea what it meant. But she says, I've come to realize that it means an internet citizen. Okay. So she says, I guess the people that live in the online world. In other words, we're talking about cyber citizens. Okay. So to make a long story short, she's saying when she first came to Korea, she heard many people saying netizen, and she didn't know what netizen meant. But later on, she found out that it actually means internet citizen. Okay, let's move on. Eugene says, yeah, I was in the same position. Meaning, I was just like you. I was as confused as you were. I was in the same situation. I was in the same position. We don't really use that word back home. Back home meaning, in this case, the UK. We don't use that word or term back home in the UK. But in Korea, the views of the netizens seem to be really important. I don't know if you would say that it's important. I guess views on or views of the netizens can be important, but I think they really have the power. Okay, what they say is very powerful. I've read newspapers and they've quoted statements from netizens. This is why he said that. What they say or their views. Netizens' views are very important. Why? Because he has read newspapers and he has seen in the newspapers quotes or quoted statements from the netizens. Quote is what? A quote is like a statement, okay, or a word that's taken from a book or from a speech or from what someone has mentioned, okay? That is a quote. But you can also quote something that someone said, which means to repeat the words of what that person said, okay? So he's saying that he's read newspapers with articles or sections in the newspapers with statements, okay, quoted by netizens, okay? These were statements that the netizens have mentioned or quoted. I know in the States, you definitely have people who are online who are commenting or voicing their opinions. Yet I don't think that the power that they hold compared to the ones in Korea is as great. Okay, this is also a long sentence, but let's take a look. Okay, so she's saying there are people online that are commenting, that comment on things, that share their thoughts and write messages, okay? But here she says voicing their opinions. Now this is an idiomatic expression. To voice one's opinion means to express your feelings or your thoughts. It means to express or share your opinion about something, your belief perhaps, your feelings about something, often out loud. So in this case, if we say that people are voicing their opinions, or specifically netizens are voicing their opinions, we're saying that netizens are letting their thoughts known to people. They are expressing their feelings and their thoughts and their opinions by writing them down or posting them up online, okay? And she says, but I don't think that the power that they hold, they would be netizens, compared to the ones in Korea is as great. So she's saying the power of netizens or cyber citizens, what they post up in the US, isn't as powerful as what the netizens post up in Korea. Okay, moving on. And even recently with the whole Kim Yeon-ah thing. You all know what this is, right? And the Olympics. And how she was robbed of the gold. They went crazy. Now let's take you back to the Winter Olympics. Okay, when Kim Yeon-ah, she performed very well, but people were crazy. They were going crazy. Why? Because they were not happy with the result. They were not happy with the end result, the medal that she got. So the netizens got really crazy and they were posting up postings. They were asking people to sign petitions even. So that's what she is saying. Now, how she was robbed of something. Now, to be robbed of something, let's take a look at that expression. If you say that someone was robbed of what they desire or want, you're saying that it was taken away from them. Okay? Think of a robber stealing something from you. So you can say, I was robbed of something, which means something was taken away from me. I was robbed of my dream. Simply put, you can say my dream was taken away from me. But Kim Yeon-ah was robbed of the gold. Notice, we have the gold. In this case, what does that mean? What was taken away from her? The gold medal, that is, okay? We often say gold medal, but often medal is omitted, and if you just say the gold, in most cases, we're talking about the gold medal, okay? So she was robbed of the gold medal, okay? The gold medal was taken away from her. And when that happened, they, meaning netizens, went crazy. They went insane. They got so angry. Eugene says, right, yeah. I believe there was even a netizen petition. Okay? You can omit netizen. You can just say, I believe there was even a petition. Now, a petition is what? It's a written document in most cases that is signed by a lot of people demanding a change in action, usually. So you were asking the government, to make changes or to fix something. So that would be to sign a petition, okay? So that's what he's saying. I received mail about signing this petition too. I signed it myself. I don't know if you did, but I signed it. She says, right, and they got millions of signatures. Not millions of signs, but they got millions of signatures. I'm not sure of the number, but I think it's a very interesting way to garner support for a cause or certain issues. So garner means to what? You're talking about collecting something, okay? Collecting or getting together a lot of support for a cause. Now, this may be something that is considered to be very important, okay? Like an issue that's concerned very important or a certain issue. But then I really see the negative side of it as well. What is the negative side? They hold so much power. Hold something means to contain, to have. So netizens, they have so much power. They hold so much power. In other words, netizens are very powerful. What they say is very powerful. If they attack one person, it's like their life is over. This is so true. I can't imagine being attacked by so many people online because, as I mentioned earlier on, netizens, once they post up something on the net, it spreads very quickly. It goes viral and everyone reads it. And so when you want to attack one person, it's not just one person attacking that one person. You have hundreds and millions and thousands and millions of people attacking one person all at once. So in that case, you can say their life is over. Okay? It ruins their life, in other words. Absolutely. Eugene agrees. He says, I think there's a balance, and I don't think we've quite found that sort of optimum balance yet. So he's saying there needs to be a balance, but we have not found that sort of an optimum balance yet. Optimum means what? Some synonyms are ideal. Simply put, best. Okay? So we haven't found the ideal balance yet, but hopefully in the future we'll get somewhere near it. Hopefully we'll get somewhere near it, meaning hopefully it'll happen. Okay? or we'll be able to find some balance, okay? Not now, but we will find a balance sometime in the future, he says, okay? All right, let's move on. I think definitely it'll be good for raising, which means to gather increasing support for certain causes in the future. And Eugene says, sure. So you could raise support for a certain cause. You could also raise awareness, meaning you're letting people know more about something, okay? You're educating people about something, about awareness. That brings us to an end to today's actual talk conversation. Let's take a listen to it one more time.
So one of the things I thought was really interesting coming to Korea is I kept on hearing the word netizen, and I had no idea what that meant at first because I've never heard of that word before, but I've come to realize that it means an internet citizen. And so I guess
Right, yeah,
right, the people that live like in the online world, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the same position.
Right.
You know, we don't really use that word, I don't think, back home. But in Korea, it seems to be really important.
Right.
And the views of the netizens, which are the people on on their computers,
Right.
writing or typing up things online on sort of online communities and social communities on their computer.
Right.
You know, I've read newspapers and they've quoted statements from netizens.
Wow, that is really interesting. Because I know in the States, you definitely have people, who are online, who are commenting, voicing their opinions. Yet I don't think that the power that they hold as compared to the ones in Korea is as great. And even recently with the whole Kim Yeona thing and the Olympics and how she was like robbed of the gold, or
Right,
whatever,
yeah.
they went crazy.
I believe there was even a netizen petition.
Right, and they got I think millions of signatures, millions.
Wow.
I'm not sure of the number, but I think it's a very interesting way to garner, I guess, support for a cause or certain issues. But then I really see like the negative side of it as well because they hold so much power, and if they like attack one person, it's like their life is over. Pretty
Absolutely.
much.
I mean, I think there's a balance, and I don't think we've quite found that
Right.
great sort of optimum balance yet.
Right.
But hopefully in the future we'll get somewhere near it.
Yeah, I think it'd definitely be good for raising support for certain causes in the future.
Sure.
It's now time for actual expressions. Get ready, let's check out the words and then move on to today's patterns and practice using them in sample sentences. First of all, we have quote. A quote can be a statement that's taken from a speech or a movie or a book, but here it's used as a verb, okay? So to quote something means to cite something, to repeat what a book says, what someone said in a speech, or simply what someone said in a sentence. If you're saying exactly that or repeating what he or she said, you are quoting what he or she said. Okay? Let's move on to petition. Petition. It's a request or an appeal. Okay? So basically you're asking authorities or even the government to make changes. When you demand a change by by writing a document and having people sign it, and then you send that over to the government demanding some sort of action or change, you are signing a petition, okay? What about garner? Garner means to collect or to accumulate, meaning to get together, add up all together. Cause, we're talking about a certain issue or a situation which happens to be a matter of widespread concern. So if something is a matter that's widely spread, it's everyone's concern, it's a widespread concern, you could call it a cause. An optimum blah 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 as an adjective, stress goes right there. Optimum in the adjective form would mean the best, optimal, or ideal, okay? And raise means to motivate or to incite or also to activate something. We were talking about raising support, and you will often hear to raise awareness in many situations as well, okay? Now these are our vocab words from today's actual talk conversation. Let's now move on to 3 patterns for today. Now, voice one's opinion or to give voice to an opinion. So this means, first of all, to voice one's opinion means to express one's opinions, one's thoughts, one's feelings, okay? And also to give voice to an opinion. Imagine you're giving a voice to an opinion. It means to express your feelings or thoughts out loud. Okay, let's check out two sample sentences. The first one, it's encouraged to voice one's opinion. Let's say, for example, in college or even at your workplace, your teacher, professor, or even your boss could say to you, it's encouraged to voice your opinion. It means that he or she is interested in listening to or hearing what you have to say, what you think. This person is saying that your opinion and your thoughts and feelings are important. Okay, let's check out one more sentence. We weren't allowed to voice our opinion at this evening's meeting. The point is, we were not allowed to voice our opinion at this evening's meeting. It means tonight, at this evening's meeting, we were not allowed to express your thoughts. Say what we thought, okay? We were not able to express our opinions or feelings or thoughts about anything at tonight's or this evening's meeting, okay? So keep that in mind. Let's now move on to our second pattern. To be robbed of something. Simply think, a robber comes to you and takes something very important from you. He or she takes away your desire, what you want. So something is taken away from you when you say that you were robbed of something. We were talking about how Kim Yeona was robbed of the gold in today's actual talk conversation, right? So here we go with a sample sentence. His sudden injury robbed him of his place on the team. So what does this mean? So we're talking about how a guy got injured, okay? All of a sudden, suddenly. His sudden injury robbed him of his place on the team, which means because of the injury, because he got injured, he was taken out of the game, or he was taken out of the team, for example. So perhaps he was running out on the soccer field, a soccer player. He was playing really well, but he got injured. So, because he got injured, he was robbed of his place, meaning he had to be taken out of the team or off the soccer field. He had to be benched, for example. Let's take a look at one more pattern, the gold. This is very simple. The gold means the gold medal. Medal is often omitted. Who do you think will win the gold? Who do you think will win the gold? Okay, we're saying, who do you think will win the gold medal? Try saying this without the gold the next time you talk about winning a certain medal. Who do you think will win the silver? Who do you think will win the bronze? So-and-so won the bronze. Okay? We're talking about medals. That is all for today's actual expressions, everyone. Practice them more on your own.
A netizen is a person on the internet who is voicing their opinion about something or trying to create some change. So another word for it would be a cyber citizen. An example of how netizens have created change or tried to create a change in recent history is with the result of the Olympics, figure skating. So Kim Yeona did not get the gold medal, and a lot of people were unhappy with this result. And it was like the day after, there was this massive petition with so many signatures, so many people supporting the change in the results of the Olympics. If you think about 50 years ago, this would not have happened as quickly. The process of getting a petition signed was much longer. It took a lot longer to go door to door, ask for signatures, or stand in a public place and educate people, and then ask for their support.
Mary has told us about netizens. She's made it very clear by mentioning words such as cyber citizen, and she's also given us an example of the power that the netizens have. She's talked about Kim Yeona and how she was Yeah, robbed of the gold. Let's take a look together. A netizen, that's our topic, is a person on the internet who is voicing their opinion. Here we go. That was one of our patterns, voicing their opinion about something or trying to create some change. So we're talking about netizens, a person or people on the internet trying to voice their opinion, trying to express their opinion, or trying to create some change. Okay, simple enough. Let's move on. Another word for it would be cyber citizen. This is another word that has the same definition. So you can call a netizen or a cyber citizen. Moving on. The day after, there was this massive petition. We talked about petitions with so many signatures. So many people supporting the change in the results of the Olympics. So we talked about signing petitions today, and that's exactly what happened. It all started with the netizens, right? Okay, that's a wrap. Here's a listen to actual story one more time.
A netizen is a person on the internet who is voicing their opinion about something or trying to create some change. So another word for it would be a cyber citizen. An example of how netizens have created change or tried to create a change in recent history is with the result of the Olympics, figure skating. So Kim Yuna did not get the gold medal, and a lot of people were unhappy with this result. And it was like the day after, there was this massive petition with so many signatures, so many people supporting the change in the results of the Olympics. If you think about 50 years ago, this would not have happened as quickly. The process of getting a petition signed was much longer. It took a lot longer to go door to door, ask for signatures, or stand in a public place and educate people, and then ask for their support.
We talked about netizens today, some other words for netizens, such as, just one word. Actually, internet citizen or cyber citizen. These are a few other ways you can call netizens. We did mention that netizens, what they say or express on the internet is very, very powerful. It can actually get thousands and millions of people, even more, to sign petitions demanding a change. I've signed several myself, and if you ever get the chance and if you believe that something is right or wrong and you want to change, go ahead and sign it because every signature really, really counts. Next time we'll talk about a whole different category. Let's move on to baseball. I am interested in baseball. I'll tell you more about what I think about baseball next time. So in the meantime, what you can do is come on over to our homepage. Come and visit us at www.ebse.co.kr and look for Actual English with Jennifer. Post up your comments and questions, any kind of feedback. You're more than welcome to leave even a simple hello message. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now, everyone.